When I first got into trading about 10 years ago now, I, like most people, came into the game thinking all I needed was a new strategy. Just needed a way to be able to interpret the markets and go in and out the market, just an entry and exit point. That's all I was focused on. And that's all I did. I went off and I reached out and I found a mentor who was in the industry that ended up teaching me the way he enters and exits out of the market. And for the first couple years of the journey, I did quite well. I was trading a very, very small account and I was doing really well, pinpointing entrances and exits and hitting consistent months, 3, 4, 5, 6% months. And for the first couple years of my trading journey, that's all I focused on. I just focused on an entry and an exit point. And I was doing well because I was trading a small account. And then I decided that it was time to scale up. I wanted to start really making money from my trading. And I thought it would be simple. I just put more capital behind my decisions and I would make more money. Because, that's the idea that's sold with trading. It's that it's highly scalable and you can do the same thing on a larger amount of capital and make more money as a result. And although in theory that's true, the reality is a little bit different. When I first took on my first round of private investment, I went from trading a very, very small account to taking on $100,000 worth of investment. And now each loss not only had a bigger financial loss, of course, but there was also a bigger emotional loss to each trade. And what I didn't account for were the psychological issues that I would experience during losses. So I remember taking a loss on the larger amount of capital, and it was the biggest loss I've ever experienced in my trading to that point. And because of that significant loss, I felt like I lost control. I went into a very anxious survival state, and then every decision I made as a trader after that was a way to alleviate that state or to make back those profits that I lost. And I started to spiral. And I took bigger and bigger losses, and long story short, over the period of about 3 months with that account, I ended up blowing the $100,000 worth of investment. So for the first 2 to 3 years of the journey, I had paid zero attention to the psychology. And it wasn't till that point when I ended up losing that investment that it didn't even have a value on my psychology and doing the inner work. I didn't see the reason why I needed to do that. But what I learned is that the market is really like a mirror. And when I took that initial loss on that greater amount of capital, because prior to that I was trading such a small account, it never resurfaced anything. But doing some deep self-review and self-analysis later on, I realized that those initial losses on that larger amount of capital, that resurfaced a certain subconscious association that I had in my mind around things with school, around things with sport, around things with previous relationships. And all these things were being resurfaced at the time, about a decade ago. They were being resurfaced, and I was made to face these certain parts of myself that I didn't like. I didn't like the part that I was a loser at that point in time. I didn't like that I had to face up to my investors and tell them that I was wrong. I didn't like facing those certain parts of my own psychology, so I couldn't face them. I hadn't done the inner work yet to appreciate the perfection of those parts of myself. And because I hadn't done the inner work yet, I wasn't ready to have the reward, the other side of that if you wanted to have, you had to do the inner work on. You see, trading is very interesting in that it's the polarities where if you want to be able to experience the large wins, you have to be willing to embrace the large losses. And in order to embrace the large losses, you have to be able to embrace what losing that amount of money brings up for you in the subconscious mind and how it makes you feel. And if you're a very erratic person who hasn't done the self-work and you're judging over previous relationships or over previous business failures or over previous trading losses, then when you take a large trading loss in the market, it's going to trigger those parts of yourself that you don't like, and you're going to be made to face those things. You can't escape the parts of yourself that you're still judging from the past. And all these previous judgments, although you think you can repress them, are really just stored in the subconscious mind as a survival instinct, and you have this instinct to avoid them. But through a law of association, these current events that you're experiencing now that you don't like are going to resurface those subconsciously stored events, and you're going to be made to face them, whether you like it or not. So doing the inner work as a trader is essential because the market's going to continue to bring to surface the subconsciously stored associations of the past. Now, this happens with your losses and your resentments. It also happens with the other polarity, your wins and the parts of yourself that you're very proud of. You know, if you don't learn to integrate the parts of yourself that you're incredibly proud of, then you're going to be run by the market through those particular components. And what's going to happen is you're going to have a fear of loss of the part of yourself that you're very proud of. If you have a lot of pride over winning and you're a very proud, successful individual, so you think that's the narrative you have around yourself, then guess what you're never going to be able to do as a trader? You're never going to be able to embrace the inevitable losses of the journey. And you end up trapping yourself, and you have this fear now all of a sudden of losing, and losing those parts of yourself that you really, really like and you have a lot of pride over. So what's crucial is doing the inner work to be a balanced individual that appreciates both your previous failures. You can see that those create the voids that create the value to drive you to learn the proper processes and establish the proper processes and abide by proper risk management. And those so-called negative components of yourself keep you humble and they keep you grounded, they keep you authentic. So it's really important to appreciate the full spectrum of who you are as an individual. You have two sides, you've got a winner and you've got a loser. Because if you don't appreciate both sides of yourself, then the market's going to run you by those components that you don't like. And you're going to be constantly trying to avoid the loser part of yourself, and the market's going to give you inevitable losses. So you're going to have to eventually face that part of yourself. So the inner work is crucial as a trader. Now, the more and more capital you take on, the greater the wins and the greater the losses, the greater degrees you're going to be faced with the parts of yourself that you really, really like and the parts of yourself that you really, really don't like. So there's a greater value and a greater importance on self-integration and doing the inner work. Now, if you do the inner work, what you find yourself as a trader doing is you become more balanced, you become more process-based, you become less reactive in the market, meaning you're less elated when you win and you're less fearing missing out on wins, and you're less impulsive as a trader, you're over trading less, but you're more grounded and you really take quality setups. And when you take losses, it takes less time for you to bounce back from those losses. You become less reactive and resentful to those losses. And you're not trading out of this avoidance mechanism and this instinct to avoid pain of losses, but now you're more poised and you make rational decisions that align with your trading plan. Those are the types of decisions that you take, and those are the types of decisions you make. So there are significant benefits as a trader by doing the inner work. Now, when you're more balanced and you're more process-based and you're sticking to your trading plan more, now you have a greater ability to scale up to higher amounts of capital because you're now less reactive to the greater degrees of losses and wins that you're exposed to when you take on more capital. So if you're currently trading an amount of capital and you feel comfortable and you feel like, I don't have to do any inner work, then what I encourage all my traders to do is hold themselves accountable every 3 months at least to take on a new funded account, to be trading greater degrees of capital so you have greater degrees of wins and losses, because then the market will mirror back onto you the next challenges you have to face with your inner psychology. And the more you use that mirror of the market to your advantage to learn to integrate the parts of yourself you're not appreciating and have self-awareness of what is the market bringing up for you, where are you reactive? Because wherever you're reacting, either positively or negatively, is a great place to do some inner work on and do some integration on and learn to appreciate those parts of yourself. Because whatever you're reacting to is your constraint, and the other side of working on that is your greatest freedom. You now free yourself from that polarity and you now give yourself permission to trade unreactive, meaning you're sticking to your trading plan. If you're ever reactive in the market, it's an indication that the market's running you. You now run out of the fear of loss of the positive or the fear of the gain of the negative, the fear of the loss of the win or the fear of the gain of the loss. And now all of a sudden you're not sticking to your trading plan. You're run by the market out of fear as opposed to you being in control and sticking to your trading plan. So the inner work is crucial. Now the more and more inner work you do, the more poised and present and calm you become as a trader. It increases the probability of being able to stick to your trading plan. And it allows you to be able to scale up your trading accounts to a greater degree. And when you're sticking to your trading plan, unreactive, and you're trading larger amounts of capital, that's when you start to make more and more profit as a trader. This is why you see that a lot of the best traders managing millions of dollars for firms, for trading firms, prop firms, trading desks, they're not reactive. They're very calm, they're very poised, they've got great risk management, they've got contingencies in place, they have processes and protocols and little techniques that they implement that if they find themselves getting reactive, they know how to bring themselves back and ground themselves. These are all crucial characteristics of top 1% traders. Now traders, for the last 24 hours, I have opened the Trading Psychology Archetype quiz, which will tell you what trading archetype you have and give you a free personalized report made by me, guiding you on the exact steps you need to take to get to consistent profitability. There's only 24 hours left to do the quiz. After that, it's going to be removed. So if you haven't already, take this opportunity to complete that quiz. It'll make a big difference. And before you click away, after you do the quiz, I want you to watch this video that's going to pop up on your screen. It's a 15-minute video where I run through the principles and protocols to bulletproof your trading mindset so that you can manage your psychology and you can start pulling consistent profits in 2026.